Here is a great story from our diversity, social emotional learning playlist, all about not judging a book or a person by their cover. It's titled The New Neighbors, and it's a great story about preconceived misconceptions. It's written and beautifully illustrated by Sarah McIntyre. The New Neighbors. High on the roof above the city, Mr. Pigeon had the latest news. "You've got rats in your building," he burbled with glee. "They moved in today on the first floor." "Rats!" squealed the bunnies. "Rats, rats, rats, yippee!" The bunnies were so excited that they bounced down the stairs to tell their big sister Lettuce. "Guess what?" shouted Rosie. "Rats have moved in." Lettuce said, Rats. I've never lived with rats before." "Rats, hooray! We've got rats, yippee!" "We should go and say hi. Let's see if Vern wants to come." All the bunnies hopped down the stairs. "Hi, Vern," said Lettuce. "Some rats have just moved in downstairs. Do you want to come and say hello?" "Rats," mused Vern. "I don't think rats are very tidy neighbors. We need to make sure they keep the place clean. Let's gather everyone in the building and figure out what to do." The rabbits and Vern hopped and trotted downstairs to talk to the pigs. "Walter, Matilda," said Vern, "we have rats in our building. We need to make sure these rats know our rules about keeping this building spick and span." "Rats?" grunted Walter. "Oh, no." Matilda huffed. "Heavens, rats are messy, and they smell bad, too. This is awful news. I bet I know what the polar bears are gonna say." Everyone hopped and trotted and tottered downstairs. "Lars, Astrid, you're not going to like this," said Matilda. "Smelly, messy rats just moved in downstairs." "What?" said Astrid. "Rats are smelly and messy, and they like to steal food." Lars looked worried. "What will we eat if they steal all our food? We must tell the Axe this terrible news." "What? Burp. Ew. Would they steal my teddy too?" Everyone hopped and trotted and tottered and patted downstairs. "Norbu, Pimba, we're in trouble," said Lars. "Big trouble. Dirty, stinking, thieving rats are now living downstairs. And I've heard that they rats love to chew through walls. The whole building might fall down." Norbu and Pemba gasped in horror. Pemba's voice trembled. "Oh, we must do something." Everyone hopped and trotted and tottered and patted and clattered downstairs. "Open the door, Granny Goat. This is an emergency," shouted Norbu. "Rats, big, dirty, smelly, thieving, dangerous rats have moved in downstairs, and they're going to make the whole building collapse and bury us alive in rat poop." "No, we must make them leave right now," Granny Goat shrieked. Everyone tumbled downstairs and fell at the bottom in a big pile. They paused in front of the rat's door. No one wanted to be the first to knock. "I'm not doing it. I'm scared." "You do it." "No, you." At last, Lettuce gave a timid tap-tap. Everyone held their breath. The door opened. and a small, tidy, friendly-looking rat smiled up at them. "Hello, are you our new neighbors?" she asked. Another small, tidy rat joined her. "I'm Bertrand, and this is Natasha. Will you join us for some homemade cake? We've just unpacked the dishes, and we're planning to invite you over. Do come in." Everyone shuffled inside. They felt embarrassed, except the bunnies, who were excited about cake. "How wonderful to have such thoughtful, welcoming new neighbors living here," said Natasha. "Yes," said Bertram. "We thought you might worry when you heard that rats had moved in. We know that rats aren't everyone's idea of the perfect neighbor." "Oh, no," gasped Lettuce through a mouthful of carrot cake. "That thought never crossed our minds." All of the animals nodded their heads and blushed. After they gobbled up the last crumbs of cake, they hopped and trotted and tottered and patted and clattered back upstairs. "Thank you. Film night on Tuesday?" "Absolutely." "Thank you. Thank you." "Thank you." "Thanks." "Thank you. See you soon." "Thank you." Oh, Jake burped. "Rats make the best cake. I want to be a rat when I grow up." Oh, and look at all those beautiful expressions of welcoming and love from the neighbors to Natasha and Bertram, their new neighbors, the rats. I'm glad that all of our characters learned that wonderful lesson that preconceived misconceptions can really ruin a beautiful relationship. I hope you enjoyed that story as much as I did. Until we read again, adios amigos. Goodbye.